From the wilds of the Genesis of Androzani Advent Calendar. Now that's what I call an inner groove.
This world is big, so away. I stay up late to hear your voice. This light is here to keep you warm.
Right, I have sort of created a video for us for the final one, but I know we only listened to 6 out of the 12 tracks. But what were our thoughts on the Barrett album of what we heard of it?
Very definitely had that Pink Floyd influence in some songs, but also it was very there were a couple more upbeat songs compared to the previous. A lot of really good ones in there.
Nice to see that Sid was kind of picking up his pieces and becoming a bit more comfortable with himself again, while still just being completely nuts.
Yeah, certainly. I definitely think Barrett. You can tell there's a bit more production value to it. It's got a denser sound. But that being said, I think a lot of those tracks on the Madcap Laughs were remixed anyway in 2010, and they've been given an upgrade, so that was nice in itself. But I don't think that, I mean, Dominoes is probably my favorite song from his solo career, but I don't think as an album it captures his genius quite as much as Madcap Laughs does. I think Madcap Laughs songs are a lot more spur of the moment kind of stream of consciousness, whereas Barrett sounds a bit more standard for his kind of thing, but it's still good music.
I mean, I can't imagine him performing Evervacent. I don't know how you say that word, but I can't imagine that song on the previous album.
Evervacing elephant.
Just imagine, like, just after he pours, like, rips himself in, like, to pieces, in, like, one of those songs. It's just like, and then there was an elephant.
Yep. When we did the second Pink Floyd album, the last song in it was Jugband Blues, which was his diss track on the band and the fans. And I think to send out Syd Barrett again, it's only fitting to do something related to this song, because I feel like it is his defining goodbye song. And this time what I've done is I've paired the 2010 remix of Jugband Blues with the promotional music video they did at the time for the song.
I'm preparing to wave goodbye to him as he goes off into that good night.
Yep, this is his sunset song.
It's awfully considerate of you to think of me here, and I'm most obliged to you for making it clear that I'm not here. And I never knew the moon could be so big, and I never knew the moon could be so blue. And I'm grateful that you threw away my old shoes and brought me here instead, dressed in red. And I'm wondering who could be writing this song. I don't care if the sun doesn't shine, and I don't care if nothing is mine, and I don't care if I'm nervous with you. I'll do my loving in the winter.
Rip.
Yeah.
Very wacky.
Yeah, it was. Oh, excuse me. Oh, sorry. I wasn't expecting the video to be that chaotic and vibrant like that.
It feels like it was like attempting to be very weirdly art house in a way. I don't know, in my view, with the little weird shots and the zooms and the colours.
I think, well, first thing I'd say is I love the remix, the way it sort of, especially the transition in the middle, the way his voice kind of crumples up as it goes into the marching band sound. The other thing I'd say is the fact that this is his, you know, his swan song in Pink Floyd, and the last shot is him walking off camera, is quite something. Like he literally does an exit at the end of the song.
And not even a dramatic, like, oh, he walks off into the sunset. It's just like, no, he just walks off.
He just fades away, disappears. I think it's fascinating that this is a song where he is being very negative towards his bandmates, and they're playing alongside him in the song. And they all of them have said that they all really like the song as well. They see it as a version of honesty. I mean, obviously we went in depth on the actual song itself when we reviewed it, but yeah, Callum, I guess mainly to think about, like, what do you think of the remix and what do you think of the video?
Ooh, I thought the video was very it's very much of its time. It very much in terms of the colours and the hair and sort of the way it's sort of shot. Yeah, it's just very much of that time. And I really did enjoy the mix as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, very much enjoyable.
And I'm wondering who could be writing this song. I don't care that the sun don't shine, and I don't care if nothing is mine.
I do like that when how you said that, like, the other band members liked it. Like, it's always nice when someone could just be like, "Fuck you," and it's just like, well, you're being honest.
Well, it's a scary bit of foreshadowing, this song is, because 5 years after this song, those three band members, along with David Gilmour, would make an album that would turn them into multi-millionaires and, like, famous legends in music that will never be forgotten. And Syd Barrett never got to be part of that, because after this song he left. It's interesting the fact that he almost within these lyrics is saying, I can see the success this band has the potential to have, because he knows how creative these guys are, but he also understands that he probably won't be part of it because he's on the way out.
Do you think he saw it as selling out, or do you think he saw it as just like, I'm not ready for that level of fame?
I don't think he sees it necessarily as selling out. I think it's more so just he doesn't fit in with that vision. It's fascinating to me.
Poor guy.
Yeah.
Hopefully he lived the rest of his life.
Well, I mean, he passed away in 2006 from cancer, and he was only 60 years old.
Yeah, I know he's dead, but I said I hope he lived the rest of his life somewhat comfortably.
Well, he did a bit of painting. There's been interviews with his sister, because he was very reclusive, but his sister has said that she basically was his carer, really.
Right.
And he never, like, wanted the band members to see him, because it was really upsetting for him to go back to that part of his past. But David Gilmour apparently made sure that Syd Barrett always got his royalties, which was really good. That was nice of him. Because back then, some of the laws around royalty payments were a bit shady, because it wasn't as surveillanced as it is now. But the fact that he made sure that Syd got what he was owed was quite honourable of him, and quite right of him.
Salute to the chap.
This was a worthwhile and a good showing of doing the solo albums under the Pink Floyd umbrella.
Yeah, some really good stuff here.
A fun little divergent, yes.
Yes, indeed. So in terms of Pink Floyd, obviously the next album is Metal, which we've been waiting 2 years to do. Hopefully Jeb and Sky can get this shit together and we can actually do it, because I'm really looking forward to that one. In terms of Pink Floyd solo albums, the next one we're going to be doing down the line, I'm not sure when it will be full length, but both David Gilmour and Richard Wright have albums from 1978, which is quite a while away. Richard's is called Wet Dream, David's is self-titled. I know we'll probably do Wet Dream in full. With Gilmour's first album, it's probably only going to be some of it, a bit like what we did here. But that's sort of down the line. We've got quite a few things to get through before we get to that level, to get to that stage 8 years in the future. But as we go on later in the run, you get way more solo albums, and there's some really, really great ones. Some of them are so great I almost count them as Pink Floyd albums, to be honest, because they're just it's so hard not to see their quality as being on the level. But yeah, I'm glad we did this, because I think the Syd Barrett solo albums deserve reviewing, because there's some really interesting material on there, from grunge to psychedelic stuff to very personal songs, some catchy tunes, and some unorthodox tunes. There's a lot in there, a lot of stuff that's not really talked about much in the history of music, but I feel like it kind of should be, because it's really influential, and some of it's very before its time. As you said, Callum, the fact that he did grunge songs in 1969 is quite something. Songs like Dark Globe and Dominoes for me are quite timeless. I never get tired of those two, because I think there's something about both of them that really just doesn't age. Lovely.
It's an honour to have been Jarl's wingman during this brief divergent.
Wouldn't you miss me? Now, in terms of Syd Barrett's songs, obviously he doesn't do any more, but very, very later down the line, a long way away, there are some live performances of Syd Barrett songs done by other people. So that will be nice to look forward to in the far future.
I'll have a nice Dominoes.
Yeah, of course.
You and I and Dominoes.
And stop tempting me with your sex.
Gigolo aunt.
Gigolo. Yeah. Get back, vile temptress. Etc. etc.
On the telephone, 999.
Oh yeah, that was great.
999.
I bid you adieu, a good night, and a goodbye, bang.